The reason you want to use demo first is to test the software on your computer to make sure that you get good connectivity and function to your data card. But once you go into the demo version, look right here, you'll see in the bottom right hand side that it does say demo version. First thing you got to do is go into your settings and tell it where to communicate with your computer, which is your COM port. Your COM port is what connects to the serial port. Now notice here I have no selections, and I did this on purpose so that you'd see I have not yet plugged in my USB to serial port, which I will do now. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to plug this in. Done. So I do have it set up, and the way you'll know if it did or it didn't is you'll come into settings again, and all of a sudden there you go, voila, COM3 shows up. You don't need to adjust anything else, just tell it which COM port and hit save. Down at the bottom left hand side you'll see status, and status is waiting for connection. Okay, so to look at the top left side there's a connect button. So if we just connect like so, you'll see this little lightning sign on it, and since we have properly set the COM port in settings, we now have a status that says ready for data card command. And I'm going to use the sample file that we provide with the software, but basically it's just a short Excel file that has a few rows of and columns of data, and we also provide a sample profile, which is the card template, and based upon the data and the template I can get this nice preview, and this preview is a virtual preview of exactly what my card is going to look like. If I do want to foil top the embossed portions of this, putting the silver or the gold colored foil on those embossed keys, I would click right here where it says enable topping. I can disable it if I do not want to do that for whatever reason. But more importantly, let's take a look right here and see what we have. So this is going to be the account number, and so you'll see that that is right here, and it looks different than the text here, and that's because there's a different font selected. This is referred to the OCR font, and you will notice that it has a positioning XY coordinate. Now secondly, what I want to show you, since we're in the demo mode for standard version, is when I select the font I only have two selections. I have a standard Gothic and I have an OCR font. Gothic is this Michael Green, the 0512, and the OCR is these numbers right here, and that's the only thing I can select. The only other option I have is turning on and off the topping, so I can emboss and then I can foil it, or I can emboss only and not foil tip it. So that would be the standard version. So let's go ahead and close. Let's reopen, and I'm going to say demo the professional. And now I'm going to open up my same sample files, and you're going to see a difference. So in the professional mode, you'll see that I have rear indent, I have this indent 7, and this MasterCard. And that's because there are 3 different types of rear indent that are optionally available within the data card 150Is. It'll be one of these, so if you do have a rear indenter and you select one and it's not working, chances are you need to select the other. Now the other thing you'll see that we have right here is I have this track 1, track 2, track 3. Okay, the data card 150i has the ability to, if the magnetic encode module is installed physically and you are running the professional version here, is that you can write up to 3 tracks of data on the magnetic stripe on the rear. Say I want to add in a row, and this 0001 is what I want to put in that magnetic code, and I'm going to put that on track 1, or I'm going to put that on track 2. I can now do that. So I have rear indent, this information right here. Now I see it on the front of the card, but it's actually going to be in that position on the back. So imagine this card flipped over, and anything that's rear indent, the position is where it will be on the back. But for virtual purposes, you'll see everything on the front. But this information would be put onto the magnetic stripes. Standard version supports foil topping and embossing. Embossing could include the OCR or the Gothic, and then the professional version allows you to do all of that plus rear indent. And if you optionally have 1 or more rear indent fonts on your wheel, then you can select any of those, and you can also optionally, if you have the magnetic encode module, you can write to various tracks to put information on there if you want a swipeable card.